Welcome to this video for Acronis True Image 2026. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to make and set up the best backup settings for Acronis software. Because if you have it set up incorrectly, you might find that it will create too many files filling your external drive quite quickly. So when you open up the software, you'll come onto this screen. So it'll automatically already be on the backup section. So you click on the source first and you'll come up with this list. So you'll see entire PC. If you've got obviously multiple drives and you want to back up the whole thing, you can choose this one. You got disks and partitions where you can specify what you want backed up. You got files and folders, files to neutralize, use bit, use blockchain for the highest security of your files. Mobile device, so you can actually back up your mobile, and then cloud service. So the one I'm going to choose today is disks and partitions. And then what you want to click on is full partition list. Okay, so obviously in my case, because I've got a laptop now instead of a gaming PC, because I've got a gaming laptop instead, I've only got two drives showing, which is my internal C drive and my USB drive, which I'm using to back up to, which is a Western Digital hard drive. So I'm going to make sure that the C drive is selected, which it is. The EFL system partition is selected. The recovery partition is selected. And then the most important one, Windows C, is selected. Okay, so then once you're happy with this section, you can basically press the OK button. The next bit here is the destination. So by default, as you can see, it's set to Acronis Cloud. So I'm going to click on that, and then you'll get these options. You'll see Acronis Cloud, you'll see the hard drive you've got connected, and you'll see Browse. You'll also see other hard drives as well if you've got multiple hard drives in your computer. So I'm going to click on Browse and navigate to a folder I have made myself in the USB drive, which is Acronis True Image Backups. Okay, now a new thing in 2026 is this here, create an Acronis survival kit. So I'm going to click on that to show you what it is. So this is Acronis survival kit, allows you to restore your data even if your OS fails. Acronis True Image automatically creates a special partition with the bootable media and a partition with data where you can back up your disk or files. So in my other video I made for Acronis on my channel, where I talked about creating a bootable media, which is very important, this survival kit will also do that for you. So it'll obviously create the bootable media, but it will also create an image file for you to use. Okay, but obviously I'm not going to use this because I prefer doing a separate bootable media. So I'm going to click decide later. So I'm now going to click on options. Don't choose this just yet. Okay, so by default, there is a weekly schedule set by default, and you can change the day and you can also change the time. But obviously, if you have this set, your drive you use to back up has got to be connected every time. Okay, and if you click on advanced options, that's what is selected at default. And this one here is very useful if you worry about missing backup slots, because it will then check for you to make sure that you've basically backed up the system correctly. It will check to make sure nothing's missing. Okay, so in my case, because the drive isn't connected all the time, I'll click on do not schedule. Okay, but I'll leave this one ticked to prevent the computer from going to sleep / hibernate. But I'll leave this one unticked because my drive isn't going to be connected all the time. So the next one is the important one, the backup scheme. So first of all, go on to backup scheme and change this to custom. It'll probably be set to incremental scheme to start with, so please change it to custom. Then go down and choose the backup method. But one thing to show you actually, at default, this is how it looks. Okay, so please go onto this here, turn on automatic cleanup. Okay, so do click on that and I'll explain more in a moment regarding that. So on the backup scheme, make sure that it's set to custom. On the backup method, have that selected as differential. Okay, then check to see if this box is set at default. Create a full version after every 5 differential versions. Now, what that means is the differential version will be a very small file. That file would basically just contain any small changes the system has had since the last backup. So what it will do is it will create 5 of them. After them 5, it will then create another full version. Okay. So obviously just make sure that that is set as you can see it on my video. Then the next one you want to do is come down to here where it says store no more than the number recent versions chains. So that will be set at 10 by default. You need to change it to number 2. Okay, and then please select this box. Do not delete the first version of the backup. This is a very important box to have selected. Okay, and then click on save as default. So then it will remember these settings all the time. Okay, the next bit, which is notifications, you don't need to touch, just leave it be. Same with exclusions. But there's one thing in advance I highly recommend. So going to advance, ignore everything else except for validation. On validation, make sure that this is ticked, validate backup each time after it is completed, and that this little circle box is ticked, validate the latest backup version only. The reason why is because when it makes a backup, if it doesn't validate the backup, it could fail. when you do a system restore, because I've had it happen myself in the past because the file wasn't validated. So please make sure, guys, that that is selected. Okay. And then just press the OK button and then choose backup now. But it is important to note, please make sure that all programs, even the web browser and all games is closed, because when it's doing a backup, it's important that you don't interrupt it. Okay, guys, so I hope this video has been intuitive for you. If it has, please give it thumbs up to support my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And please subscribe for more videos, and I will see you all on the next one.